August Falcha. It's episode 13 of the Pikey Podcast, and we'll call this Take Two. Connor, how you doing?
Not too bad, no, not too bad.
Been a minute there, good to see you, yeah? It's been a deja vu here now.
A couple of technical issues, but sure, look at on another day's work.
It was more like one big technical issue now. Episode 13, we're recording here for the second time tonight. We had a little bit of a hiccup there with the computer system. But sure, look it, we go again.
Yeah,
it was a good one the first time. I think it'll be even better the second time, right?
Yeah, well, look, it'll have to be.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Pikey Podcast. You can find us on the social medias, Instagram and Twitter at Pikey Podcast. You can hear us every Tuesday and Friday morning Irish time on YouTube and SoundCloud. And we're so dedicated. We go again. And let's start right where we started the first time. Premiership, City 3, United 1. United really not looking like contenders.
It was a 3-1 hammering.
Yeah.
if there can be 3-1 hammerings, they just ate them. Like all the stats were going through the roof for City. United, midfield of Matic, Herrera, Fellaini. Like, what is the point of that midfield? Herrera, what does he do, really?
And Matic was disappointing as well, I thought, too.
Matic has been poor lately, but he's Jose's chosen one, really. He's not going to get the chop from him. Yeah, City, that goal, 44 passes at the end. It was brilliant to watch. Yeah,
David Silva and Bernardo Silva stood out for me. Bernardo especially, I thought he had a whopper of a match.
Yeah, he's brilliant, really, isn't he? He should shave his head like David.
Look alike, they both got the left peg on him.
Left peg, low centre of gravity. Centre half pairing really good too. Laporte and Stones. Laporte is a top defender, really.
Yeah, you nailed that one earlier in the season, that Laporte was going to be a key, an excellent player. And boy, is he good.
He's class. Brilliant, strong as a horse. Great left peg, great passer. He's looking after that whole left side because Mendy doesn't stay at home much.
No.
Likes to go forward, and defensively he's not exceptional either. Fernandinho was brilliant too.
And Gundogan, what a man to have coming off your bench.
He'd make any other team in the Premiership.
Yeah.
He's a great passer, always pops up with a few goals. Maybe lacks a little bit of pace, but yeah, like they're missing De Bruyne as well.
And they're still going out there and absolutely throttling the team. I think it's 12 points now, United are adrift of City. You were speaking of the passing there. So Phil Foden came on for the last 2 minutes of injury time, completed 7 passes. Sanchez and Lukaku managed 4 the entire match. And I know Lukaku came on, but he still had a whole half hour.
He was a disgrace. I thought when he came on straight away, won the penalty straight away, I thought he was going to cause some damage to City. Maybe bring it back to 2-2, but he had 2 passes for the rest of the game. 2 passes.
How do you have that little influence, you know?
He was just sauntering around. He really is a disgrace most of the time, to be honest. Then from set pieces as well, as I said before, he switches off. If he's not scoring goals, he's actually literally doing nothing.
And he's having just an awful season. I was dead wrong about him coming off the World Cup. I really thought that he was going to have a great year. United really just showing the golfing class there.
Yeah.
Too.
I think if you swap the managers, I think Pep would do a lot better job with that United squad. I think he would. Like you can compare Sterling and Martial. You would think Martial is a better player all day long. But if he had Guardiola over him, I think he'd be a world-class player now. Maybe
Martial and Rashford as well, what Pep could get out of those 2 young fellas.
Yeah, if Sterling had Mourinho over him, he'd probably be playing for Newcastle now.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, that'd be... Over Matt Ritchie, I would love that. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Just on City, I think as the season goes on, it'll be hard for them to keep that tempo for the whole season, especially after a World Cup. And they're just non-stop brilliant. They never stop. But I think if you bring the game into a little bit of madness, less structured, I think you could cause them problems because Pep is a control freak. He likes to.
Pep would hate that, yeah.
Yeah, he likes to micromanage everything. But I think if you bring the game into a little bit of madness, like Liverpool did last year with them, I think you could beat them. I don't think they'll win Champions League.
No, I don't think so either. Juventus, I think, are my pick. Right?
Yeah.
Right now for Champions League.
Okay, yeah. Top 4 anyway.
Yeah, we'll get to Juventus in a minute. Taking 34 or 36 points of the season as well. Like, great going for them. Liverpool, 2-0 winners over Fulham. Have to be happy with that result.
Yeah, going into the
expected.
Yeah, expected. I thought it was maybe 1 or 2 more, but Fulham were okay. They were a little bit more solid. But Liverpool just got the job done, really. Yeah. Salah has 11 goals or assists this year. That's the same as Hazard. And Hazard is having the best season ever by all accounts. And Salah is having a dip. So, like, you know.
Yeah. Club in crisis, still unbeaten. 2 points adrift at the top of the table in the league there.
They're the biggest 2 points of all time.
Yeah. Mitrovic a bit unlucky to have that goal ruled out right before the Liverpool opener.
Yeah, it was tight, but it was probably the right call.
Yeah, I'd say so too, and that's what I'm not getting, because every time I see the replay of that, he looks like he's just a bit offside. So, and then Liverpool, I don't know if Fulham switched off or it was just brilliant from Liverpool going down, seconds later that Salah has it in the back of the net. So
yeah, it was Van Dijk that told Alisson to put the ball down fast and give it out. I think it was Trent Alexander-Arnold that played the ball through to Salah. But yeah, it was just I really enjoyed that goal. It was the whole Liverpool. Sharp, fast, good finish from Salah. So, and I love Shaq's goal too.
Oh, I love the ball from Andy Robertson.
Yeah.
What a ball. Just a beautiful, beautiful ball.
You're a big fan of him?
I am, yeah. Well, he's playing great right now. I love him over Paul Dummett anyway.
Well, what does Paul Dummett do? Yeah. Gets a nosebleed if he goes past the halfway line.
Yeah, not much anyway, yeah.
But Robertson has it all, really. He's a solid defender, and now he's adding those deadly balls to his game.
A great finish from Shaqiri.
Yeah. 13 million steal.
Just a cushioned little volley. That was just a real nice goal.
Yeah, lovely. Great signing.
Yeah.
Brilliant signing, 13 million. Cash.
Cash is king.
Cash is king.
The third unbeaten in the Premiership, Chelsea, 0-0 draw with Everton. Not much going there, especially nothing going from Alvaro Morata.
No, just constantly offside again. He drives me crazy at times.
And when he wasn't offside, he was going down the box and whinging for a penalty.
Yeah, he's just, oh God. Yeremina had him in his pocket, really. He is twice more offsides than anyone else in the Premier League this season.
Which is ridiculous.
He's just brain dead.
Yeah.
How can you keep making that mistake? It's outrageous.
I remember a few years ago, Newcastle, Papi Cisse led the league in offsides by a good margin, and it was just infuriating. He was just always offside.
I'm not sure that Papi's know the rule.
That's true. Yeah, he didn't know much other than swing the ball, hit the goal. Which, was great when it was going in, but yeah, he had no clue.
No, he didn't know the rules. I thought Everton set up very good. They double man-marked Jorginho, and he's the starting point for all Chelsea's attacks. They double marked him. He'd only 40 passes or something like that, and he'd over 100 passes against Newcastle earlier on in the year. So that's how much they cut him down, and he was taken off and should have been sent off, really. So yeah, they stopped him. If you stop him, you go a long way to stopping Chelsea. And
they didn't really look like threatening.
No, they didn't.
Really,
no.
It wasn't as if they were pounding on the door the whole time.
I thought Andre Gomez was very good. Very good technically. Lovely passer of the ball. Very smooth. Lacking confidence last year at Barcelona. He's a good player. And Richarlison is good.
How do you feel about Yeremina?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I think I'm not convinced.
I thought he looked good.
He was good. He was good yesterday up against Morata. He had lots of protection as well. So that was a good start for him. But I'm not sure how that's going to go.
Came in with so much hype a year ago when he was over there at Barcelona. And so it's intriguing how such a young player who then went and played in the World Cup and by all accounts played fairly well at the World Cup, how out of favor he is through no real fault of his own. It's almost like he's not found the level he needs to be at right now. Yeah. More than any problem with him as a player.
He has a good manager with him now, so Marco Silva should bring him on a bit. Keeping Jagielka out of the team, and Kurt Zouma couldn't play yesterday because he was on loan from Chelsea.
Imagine if Big Sam was managing that team there.
Oh, Yeremina, I'd love that. He'd never have to kick the ball.
No. Just be out there timbering.
Yeah. Pickford was up to his usual shithousery yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, he's one of the biggest wankers in the Premiership.
He's got one of the most slappable faces you'll ever see as well.
He's a fucking big pigeon chest in him as well.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
And his rosy face. Just don't like it. Looks like a prick, sounds like a prick, acts like a prick.
Yeah, he's small for a goalkeeper. He's only 6'1".
Yeah, he's a bit short. Yeah, for an elite goalkeeper.
I think he's short arms too. Honestly, I think he does. There's a couple of goals last season where he couldn't reach the top corner. A normal goalkeeper would have stopped.
What they need to do is swap him for Handanovic.
Yeah.
Who was brilliant again at the weekend. Oh, he had a real great double save. I sent it to you there on.
You did, yeah. It's brilliant.
Fantastic keeper. Who I'm very happy with. Complete number 9 performance from Solomon Rondon. Newcastle 2, Bournemouth 1. Entertaining enough from Newcastle for once. It was a match I actually enjoyed watching, which is a rarity this season. But Rondon, he was coming back into play, holding the ball up. Nice footwork in the middle of the park a few times. And just pace and power. Won 8 aerial duels. Had a nice brace. Scored the first goal. It was the Yank. DeAndre Yedlin went bombing down the flank, putting across. Rondon's first shot got saved, but he put in the second. And then the second goal, beautiful cross in from Kennedy. And just a powerful header top corner from Rondon. Newcastle, things are looking up. Taking 7 out of 9 points. Happy days.
If they can keep Rondon fit, keep giving him good supply from Okaneda and Matt Ritchie. He's a good player. He's got a good touch. He's mobile as well for a big lad.
He's a better footballer than I expected him to be.
Yeah.
For a traditional number 9. And he buys into Rafa's defensive work at the front too. Center halves for Bournemouth couldn't bring out the ball at all. They couldn't do a thing. Rondon's pressure was making all the difference with them.
Yeah, he's a handful. He works really hard. And I don't know, which would you prefer? I always say Perez or Muto beside him.
Perez, but that's because I have a soft spot for Perez, and I think Rafa hasn't played him in his role there as a second striker. That's his best role. He's been playing him like as a number 10 around on the wing for the last 2 years. So I want Perez in there, and I think he would really do well because he does well going at the goal and picking up these little flicks, these little headers, little touches to get goals, and I think he would succeed there. Muto's out right now. He picked up a knock, so it'll be Perez after the international break too. They say so.
Newcastle are building a strong spine there. Dubravka, Lascelles, John Joe, and Rondon. That's a good spine. Yeah,
they played 2 second choice centre halves at the weekend, and
could have given away a penalty.
Yeah, and even Kieran Clark got a few minutes at the end too.
Yeah, did he?
He did.
Oh God!
But he's officially 5th choice, so that's not so bad.
He's out of the Ireland squad as well. He didn't make the 23.
No, I saw that, and we have the 23 here, and Jermaine from Portsmouth made it. So Martin O'Neill going down all the way to League One. And the fellow that you were bringing up,
Michael Obafemi.
Yeah,
he's we're in a power struggle with Nigeria for him. Jesus, how many million people are in Nigeria? Would you think they'd just leave him to us?
It's the 7th most populated country in the world. So
yeah, just let us have this one. He got 1 minute for Southampton against Watford in the Charlie Austin game.
Yeah, Charlie Austin kind of lost the plot there after the match. Had a point though about the VAR, I'd say, but also so he had a goal ruled out. He viewed it as the referee stealing 2 points from Southampton. Yeah,
it was nice to see that interview. He really let go.
Yeah, and he wasn't out there just cursing or anything. He was making a point forcefully.
Yeah. And all good points.
Yeah.
Park life.
That was an outstanding video.
But Charlie wasn't great now himself. He played 50 minutes of that game and he only had 5 passes. So he 2 shots on target, but Jesus, come on, Charlie! You want more than 5 passes.
Yeah.
1 every 10 minutes.
I didn't realize his work rate had been that bad until you mentioned it, yeah.
Just on the spoofery of Mark Hughes as well, in 38 Premier League games, he has 31 points.
Oof. That's relegation form right there.
How does he keep getting jobs?
Decent enough jobs too. Southampton have had a good run here in the Premier.
Yeah, I think they should really get rid of him because they have some good players, but they're going nowhere with Mark Hughes. I'm
surprised that there haven't been more sackings this year, at Fulham as well. It's another 3 points that they weren't even competing for.
Yeah, you might see 2 different managers there after the international break in 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a long time.
2 weeks is a long time, yeah.
Jokanovic could go and Mark Hughes could go, so I'm hoping Hughes goes in it because he's an absolute spoofer.
Speaking of spoofers, Cardiff City 2, Brighton 1. You weren't too happy about that.
No, I wasn't happy. I had Brighton in a last man standing, and they done me Cardiff of all teams. Yeah, I think I picked anyone that played against Cardiff. Usually I picked.
Yeah, and that's usually a pretty easy bet. And sure, it was 6 minutes in. Lewis Dunk just runs right around Saul Bamba, who just watches him put it in the goal. And so it looks like Brighton are off and running. But then Callum Patterson equalizes. And then who comes up with the winner? Saul Bamba, ripping off his shirt, celebrating. Made me laugh anyway.
Yeah, I suppose Warnock thinks he's better than Van Dijk again now. I actually enjoyed them because they play for the manager. They give it everything. There's no household names.
Definitely not.
No, but they're playing for the manager. And look, I don't really like Neil Warnock, but he's doing an okay job. They're thereabouts. Yeah,
they've been amusing enough this season anyway.
They're the same amount of points as Southampton and Crystal Palace. Less of a budget.
Who knows? Maybe they end up staying up because there's some dross at the bottom of the league this year. And Mark Hughes' 31 points over 38 games might even be enough to stay up this season.
But I think our prediction of them being worse than Derby.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be tough now. They've got 2 wins too, so I'd say that's just about over. So Juventus, what a performance from them. They absolutely dominated Milan.
Yeah, they did. It's just a routine 2-0 win. Higuain
lost the plot,
missed the penalty, then completely lost the plot. Got a yellow, then a red straight away. Ronaldo was calming him down, and that's a bad job when Ronaldo's calming him down. But yeah, he's a bit of a bluffer as well. On the big day, never comes good.
No.
Always chokes.
Never really cared for him internationally as well. If it's a big match, he never turns up.
No, he's another flat track bully. But yeah, good win for Juventus, and they're nice bit ahead now of everyone in that league. And your dark horse for the they're not a dark horse really for the Champions League. They're just your tip for the Champions League.
They're my tip for Champions League anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Madrid, Solari got the job full time, which deserved.
Yeah. After a few games, like he's got that new manager bounce.
Yeah.
Straight away. Supposedly highly rated within Madrid. Maybe they might have another Zidane on their hands.
That'd be a tough man to equal. You certainly couldn't top Zidane's results anyway.
Any man that can get Benzema to score a few goals is
right.
a good manager.
Yeah. What a prick, Karim Benzema. Speaking of French asshole strikers, Frank Ribery getting in the little smack there on the beIN Sports reporter at the end of the match. Bayern losing 3 points. BVB looking like championship contenders there.
Dortmund are good. Very good team. This is their biggest test so far, and they passed it with flying colours. Because they went 1-0 down. They went 2-1 down.
Yeah, Lewandowski, both goals.
Yeah, he's
playing well.
Deadly striker. But yeah, they're good. They've loads of pace. Jadon Sancho, Pulisic, Royce, and then Paco Alcácer comes off the bench and gets his customary goal.
Another winner, and there's a guy who seemed like the big match.
Yeah, definitely. He loves the big match, yeah. But Sancho was brilliant.
Yeah, he was.
England have a fantastic player on their hands there, unfortunately.
It's strange because it almost looks like in that team he's missing a half step of pace, but I think it's almost because everybody else is so quick.
Yeah.
They're like, really, he's actually quite a quick player.
They're lightning on the break.
They are.
And that's not Bayern's strong suit now with Hummels and Boateng at the back.
No.
They look like they're carrying trailers, the two.
What are they, about 70 years old combined now, too?
Yeah, Boateng is carrying about 2 stone.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks very unfit.
They need an injection of cash there. That's an aging team.
Yeah, it is.
Ribery and Robin's still there. Neuer's not exactly getting any younger either.
Right.
I don't even think he's the best German goalkeeper now these days, to be honest.
Don't think so.
I think Ter Stegen is the better keeper, even though he made an awful mistake yesterday. And when they lost to Betis, they lost 4-3 to Betis in the Nou Camp. Messi almost pulled them back out of it again.
As he does. Betis having a good year. They're in Europa League competitive as well, too.
Yeah, they beat AC Milan Thursday as well. They have some good players.
Rough week for Milan.
Rough week, yeah. In fairness, just going back to Milan, how the hell is Fabio Borini getting a game there? He's a farce. He
had no business being out there. No.
He had the worst
against Juventus. Come on.
He had the worst first touch of any Liverpool striker I've ever seen. He had a decent shot in him, but his first touch was absolutely atrocious. The ball was completely alien to him. But yeah, Barcelona lost, and that league is good.
Yeah, that's competitive this year as well. So
our man got a goal for Alaves.
Did he, Johnny?
Johnny scored for Alaves. Yeah.
And Godin pulled his hammer. Got sent up front by Simeone and got the winner for Atletico. That was good going for him. And he was saying, we'd already used all 3 of our subs, so Gaffer told me to go up front and stand around. So I did.
He's a dog. He'd throw himself at any ball. He scores a lot of goals from set pieces and stuff. But yeah, that was a good win for Atletico because they hadn't been going that good this season.
Right.
So, yeah. But
they had a slow start.
Yeah, very slow start. But maybe they're timing their run for later on in the year, the Champions League and everything. Early
days in November still, so... Cavani, hat-trick for PSG. Monaco, 6 straight losses under Henry. That's not going well.
Yeah,
they were never going to get anything out of that, but...
No, he's doing a real Gary Neville job there, isn't he? Going from Sky into big club, doing a shit job, and he might go back to Sky again.
He might be sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
He might be out by Christmas at this rate, the way it's going. But they have a lot of injuries, you were saying, too.
Yeah,
so.
they have 12 first-team players out injured, so look, that might get him by for another month or 2. Plus, he gave 2 17-year-olds their debuts during the week in the Champions League, so
which didn't go well either.
No, I thought they were going to get beaten by more, but to be honest, PSG, 4. We could have been 10.
Depends on what the bookies wanted, I suppose, out of that
one. Yeah, Boca and River.
Oh yeah, Super Classico.
Good game.
2-2 first leg. Good game. The ground looked incredible. Looked like a great atmosphere. Great match to be at.
The chocolate box was hopping.
Yeah, it was. The crush at the goals looked a little scary there.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It was real vintage looking.
Yeah, the River players were getting pelted with stuff when they were taking corners and stuff like that.
They looked comfortable enough though. They looked at times the more comfortable of the 2 teams.
Yeah. Prato got 2 goals. He's in the Argentinian squad, I think.
Yeah.
But very impressed with Wilmar Barrios in the middle of the field.
Yeah, controlled the game really.
Great little player. Tough Colombian guy. Not afraid to tackle either. Tevez is looking very past it. He had a bit of timber on.
He did, yeah.
He needs to pull back from the table a little bit.
He's never been the best looking fella either, so
no.
He's always had a few extra pounds on the middle on him too.
He was thick as they say he looks.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's coming towards the end of his days now.
Yeah.
In fairness, what a player.
34 now.
What a player, in fairness.
Yeah.
The first ever manager of Boca Juniors was a tip man, Paddy McCarthy.
Of course.
From Cashel in Tipperary. So he emigrated to Argentina, to Buenos Aires. He fought in the first ever professional boxing match in Argentina, then became the coach of Boca Juniors, and then became a referee, and refereed the first ever Super Classico.
Which they let him do for some reason.
And rumour has it he arrived 40 minutes late for the game and made a lot of controversial decisions.
So he was on Irish time.
He was on Irish time, fashionably late as we like to call it. But yeah, first ever Boca Juniors manager, a tip man.
That's fantastic. Today's episode of the podcast has been brought to you by Hogan Motors Ennis, County Clare's authorized Dacia dealer. Book a test drive today and experience the Dacia range, including new Sandero models from €99 per month. Be sure to also take a closer look at the practicality and functionality of the all-new Duster. With rugged new styling, completely redesigned interior, and innovative tech, the all-new Dacia Duster is an adventure-seeking SUV that's ready for anything, starting as low as €149 per month. Conveniently located on Gort Road, Ennis, Hogan Motors can take you anywhere. Visit hoganmotorsennis.ie. NFL, Drew Brees, what a player. Second all-time in touchdowns now. Saints looking like the team to beat in the NFL this week anyway. Like, they might be the best squad in the league.
I imagine if Days didn't get injured as well, so how many weapons they have. But they have serious weapons. And Drew Brees is like a fine wine. He gets rid of the ball so fast, you never get a chance to sack him.
Yeah, he's got a great release.
Yeah, but they've got some good defensive players as well, especially in the backfield, like Eli Apple and PJ Williams, Lattimore as well. Two good corners there. Our man Alvin Kamara.
Oh.
2 more touchdowns.
The second one, when he went around the corner there, the quickness of his step. I didn't think he'd had that corner, but
yeah, he's
went in untouched in the end.
He's so deceptive. He's as slippery as an eel, really, like, isn't he? You think you have him, but he just...
That's how he looked on the touchdown anyway. Yeah, it's an apt description.
Yeah, you think you have him, but you don't. He's got such a laid-back running style as well. It's so graceful. Yeah, I like him now. Liberia's finest.
Michael Thomas, another big one as well. And
yeah.
Drew Brees, only 3 incomplete passes. The Saints scored every time they had the ball, except for the last time at the end of the game.
Yeah, and since we did the last podcast, Hugh Jackson has gone to the Bengals.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. What have they done that for?
I know, yeah.
Just lay a pile of money on fire and fucking forfeit a game if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
I don't know how he got that. He was only out of work 2 weeks.
Jesus. Well, fair play to him.
Yeah, fair play.
Some spoofer.
Yeah.
Like, with that record, that he stayed in that job as long as he did. Lost an entire season's worth of games and didn't get fired for it. Like, fuck right off, Hugh Jackson. Fair enough, though.
Yeah, fair play.
Like,
yeah.
What a spoofer.
What an absolute spoofer. The Browns are flying it since he left.
Greg Williams, 1-1. That's the kind of winning percentage Hugh Jackson could only dream of having.
1-1, yeah.
Like,
he'd kill for that.
Yeah.
Baker did a good job.
Baker was very good, yeah. And they absolutely crushed the Falcons. Like, Falcons weren't in that game at all. Fair play to the Browns. Chiefs 26, Cardinals 14. Patrick Mahomes, another great performance. Tyreek Hill with one of the great celebrations of all time. Climbing into the crowd, taking control of the camera, and managed to record his own penalty being thrown. So.
It was well worth the fine, well worth the penalty, well worth the flag. It was just absolutely brilliant. But that was a bit more of a workman-like display. Have to be able to win like that too.
Right? You gotta win out the ones when you're not necessarily at your best. Sign of a good championship team. Mm-hmm. Rams 36, Seahawks 31. That was probably the best game of the afternoon.
I was impressed with Seahawks.
I was impressed with Russell Wilson, who I think I may not have been given a fair go to.
Yeah, look, any man with a wife like that deserves a bit of credit.
She's lovely, isn't she?
She's gorgeous. Yeah, but he's a good player. It's just so exciting.
That was just back and forth.
Yeah, very good game. But the Rams won ugly again.
And they did it, though, with good balance on their offense. Goff, 318 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Todd Gurley, 120 yards rushing and another touchdown. And he's a beast, Todd Gurley.
He is. He's probably one of the candidates for the MVP. But Aaron Donald as well, on the other side of the ball, 2.5 sacks, which is...
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
And Russell Wilson, for a guy that's that elusive, he doesn't get sacked all that much.
No, he doesn't. So. He's hard. Yeah, he's very elusive. Low to the ground as well, so he's harder to get down.
My Bears, Mitch Trubisky threw for 3 touchdowns, 355 yards. They beat Lions 34-22. It wasn't that close. Bears 6-3, going well. Lost that opener to Green Bay, and I think I might have wrote them off a little bit, but they're at the top of the division. They're going to Minnesota this weekend. They're doing very well. Alan Robinson, great pickup from the Jags. And the Jags continue to fail and falter. And
they're a bit of a joke, aren't they?
they are. What a disaster.
We said the Colts would beat them, didn't we?
We did say the Colts would beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that one right. Andrew Luck at home.
Yeah.
Weren't going to bet against that. So
He's getting better as the season's going on.
yeah, and this one wasn't Blake Bortles' fault, though. He was very good.
Yeah.
Didn't turn the ball over. So
He's one of those games where he puts it in.
yeah,
He can have those games every now and again.
right. But they didn't win it, so
Yeah, it doesn't count.
no, not at all.
Yeah, they're slowly going into Southampton mode. Like, they're irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought they'd be thereabouts for the...
They were supposed to be. A lot of people thought that.
They're trading away guys now as well. The only thing is Leonard Fournette is back for them. He's a bit of a beast.
Yeah, should round it out. And, 3-6, they're still not out of it completely, so.
Yeah.
But they are.
They're disappointed.
Because they're the Jags, and they got Blake Bortles.
You're never going to win anything with Blake Bortles.
Were you a little disappointed with Ireland 28, Argentina 17?
Not really. The performance wasn't great. A lot of things to be worked on for next week for New Zealand. But look, it's always good to beat the Argies because we never have it soft against the Argies.
It's one thing ye and the English have in common.
Yeah, true.
We'll find some common ground here on the podcast.
We don't have much. Good day for the Connacht lads, for Ireland. Bundyaki and Marmion as well. I thought Will Ellison did very well when called upon at the last minute. Devin Toner did very well when he came on, shored up the line out.
Which was looking a little bit like a trouble spot.
Yeah, it was. They had us under pressure. Our discipline was poor for a Joe Smith team because Joe Smith hates giving away penalties. Sanchez got 4 penalties. That's not like Ireland.
Nice right peg on him.
Oh,
Sanchez.
lovely player. Class player. And he tested Jordan Larmour with a lot of Gary Owens as well.
Larmour didn't have his best day.
No, Rob Kearney's going to be back in there.
Oh, definitely.
And you can put the ball as high as you want down top of Rob Kearney. He's going to get it. He's just so solid.
I like Argentina's try in the first half.
Mm.
Good, quick passing before they swung it out wide. And that was really nice. And they had acres of space out there. And no Irish defenders on the wing there. So
yeah, they're good.
Things to work on.
The standard of the games they're playing against New Zealand and South Africa and Australia is standing to them. And they have their own professional team now as well. So
Ireland have a lot to work on before taking on the All Blacks now.
Yeah, but probably the All Blacks do too.
That's true.
So they stole a win from England. Well, not really, to be honest. England didn't score for the last 55 plus minutes.
And for all the stealing the English have been doing for the last 1,000 years.
Yeah,
so.
stealing countries.
Yeah. I don't mind them getting ripped off a game of rugby.
Yeah. Yeah, New Zealand have a bit to work on. Bowden Barrett got his first ever drop goal in 70-odd caps.
Nice little drop goal too. It's a great skill. I love watching that.
Yeah, it is. It's good to watch. I thought the fullback was very good. McKenzie, lovely light stepping in like an Alvin Kamara type. Yeah, they're good. Brody Retallick was just outrageous. Got man of the match as well. But Ireland and New Zealand, that'll be a good game. 1 and 2 in the world. So Steve Hansen said whoever wins that game is going to be the best team in the world. So look.
It's pretty high company. Yeah, it's great. And, and in Ireland, they've been right there for the last several years. So,
yeah,
they're not a fraud
to
be there at the top of the world game at the moment. So
we are probably the second best team in the world now.
Yeah.
Maybe, I wonder, is it just a year too early for the World Cup though?
Peaking too soon?
We have a tendency to do that.
Yeah.
As long as England don't do anything at the World Cup, like.
Yeah, right.
And we get further than them. I'd take a semi-final now, but as time goes on, we might get a little bit greedy.
Well, after the summer of dread with the World Cup, I don't need to see the English making any deep run in any tournament again next summer. I'm not ready for that. 2 years on the trot.
Yeah. Their rugby team are assholes, but they're a different type of assholes.
Right. GAA will finish it off. Get done for the second time.
Yeah.
Anthony Cunningham, new Roscommon football manager. So he gets passed over for the Dublin hurling job and ends up managing footballers. But he's got a strong background in the big ball as well.
Yeah, he coached Gary Castleton on our club final. And he coached Bridget's as well in Roscommon. And he must be a very good organiser. Kind of like a Pat Gilroy kind of thing. Must get good people around him. Probably a good delegator as well. So, look, he'd probably do a good job there.
Absolute gent as well.
Yeah.
I got a lot of time for Anthony Cunningham after the Market Bar.
You like the wife as well?
She's nice. She's sound. Like, she has a nice personality. That's what I meant there now. All right. Old May.
This is America.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I meant that the American way. I'm sure she was lovely in her day.
Yeah.
Milltown. They're into a Munster final, but they got Dr. Crokes.
Yeah.
But they looked very good.
Yeah, very good. Very good win against the Nair. Not easy to go all the way down to Waterford. That's like 3-hour drive.
Yeah, 211 to 9 points. That's a pretty comprehensive result.
Not bad scoring it in shit weather as well. So, look, be nice to see him do well against Crokes, but it's hard to look past Crokes, really, isn't it?
Yeah, saw some familiar names there on the score sheet, though, for Milltown. Saw Conor Cleary on there, among others, so...
Yeah, his brother is actually a fine footballer as well, Owen Cleary, plays for Clare as well, so Crokes got 520 from play.
Yeah, and that's with the Gooch on the bench.
Jesus Christ, the Gooch on the bench, like.
Yeah.
And he's been on the bench for a while as well. They just have so many weapons.
Yeah, boy, when Com Cooper's fitness went, it went.
Yeah.
Like, he fell off a cliff at the end of his inter-county career there, too, so...
Yeah, the game was kind of passing him by. I remember the All-Ireland final against Dublin. He spent most of his time chasing Philip McMahon up down the pitch. And you can't have the Gooch doing that.
No.
You need the Gooch in the opposition's half, inside the 45, pulling the strings.
Yeah, with his technical abilities and using them.
Yeah, but the Gooch will have a massive say in the championship yet.
Yeah.
And
so while we're talking about the GAA here, Con, we were talking last night and I put together my list of my 10 favorite Clare men. Now, it's not exhaustive. It could have been 20, to be honest. The list could have gone on and on. There's so many to choose from. For such a small place, 100,000 population.
Yeah, we've met our mark on the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, too. It's not just all hurling men on the list here. But we do start with one, with Ger Loughnane. Tells it like it is. Introduced me to the term constipated hurling. Which is one of my favorite all time.
He's a bit of a character, Ger, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. At number 9, I had... So the Kildemona fellas, get off my back here. Fella from Kildemona. It's bold Mike McTeague. Light heavyweight champion of the world in the 1920s. Won his title in Dublin during the Civil War. Champion of the world. There's lots of video footage, including of that fight of him. Great boxer. Ahead of his time. Number 8, Flansman, Marty Morrissey. Gotta have Marty on there.
Yeah, great commentator.
He's something else.
He's like a poet, isn't he?
He's one of a kind, isn't he? Real treasure. Number 7, Muhammad Ali. Clare man, you're the one that told me about his Clare links.
Yeah, he's from the Turnpike, there in Ennis. Yeah, when he came to Ennis, I was at the reception or whatever. So yeah, he didn't look in good nick now, to be honest.
Probably wasn't too sure what was going on around him even.
He definitely didn't know he was in the Turnpike anyway.
Yeah, pretty sad going for him towards the end.
Yeah. Number
6, founder of the GAA, Father Michael Cusick, got to be on there.
Yeah, what a man.
Legend.
Invented hurling. any man that brought hurling to the limelight is a great man.
So we have John Holland, inventor of the submarine, given the world a lot over the years, and I'm a naval buff myself, so I knew that one going into it. So
yeah,
I was
that's
happy with
some
that.
Achievement, isn't it?
That's some fucking feat of engineering.
Yeah.
A boat that goes underwater, like...
Who would have thought of it? People probably thought
Clare
of it.
man is who thought of it.
Only a Clare man would think of it. I said it was after a few pints, I'd say.
Had to be after a few pints. I can picture it now.
It's probably a bit gone wrong.
Number 4, Dev, Eamon de Valera.
Yeah.
Sure, what a figure, titan of 20th century Ireland. And love him or hate him, he had some impact on the country.
Yeah, look, he's a Clare man, so.
Number 3, Clare man through and through, Dalo.
Yeah, Dalo.
Needs no explanation. He's number 3.
Dalo, Dave.
Yeah. Michael D, number 2.
Cutest president of all time.
And that is fucking fact.
You can buy Michael D dolls now.
You just want to give him a little scritch behind the ears. And, he's got those big fluffy dogs. They're about 2/3 the size of him. And
which would you pet first? The dogs or Michael D?
Oh, I suppose the dogs would be more appropriate to be petting first.
On the head.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be tough now. If I had a few pints in me, it'd be tough to not. At number 1, High King of all Ireland, Brian Boru. Yeah, we went historical. Had to go back 1,000 years for that one, but worthwhile.
Yeah.
So
problem with the tens as well. So
yeah, fell in Dublin in the end, but his home castle in Clare.
Yeah.
So effectively, Clare, the capital of Ireland.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Boru,
yeah.
so
and Clare is the capital of Clare. So
not a bad list there.
No, great list.
Yeah.
You better put that on Twitter. Get a bit of reaction to it.
Oh, I'll put that up before I start editing it there,
Yeah.
so it's a little preview of the episode.
Yeah.
Galway beat Kilkenny down under what looked like a shit crowd in Australia there. Hurling, not a stronghold in Australia.
No, it looked like a very poor crowd. Marty Morrissey was getting very excited about it though. Like he said it's here to stay now as well. Like I suppose he wants to go to Australia every year as well. So why wouldn't he say that?
He was saying the same thing about Austin, and our club blew up, so he's got an eye for it.
Yeah.
Galway won the free taking competition 4-3 at the end. Joe Canning got sent off for a nice shoulder to the face, and one of the Kilkenny fellas right in the middle of the park. Sure, come on. Send him off an exhibition, that's a bit hard. Even Brian Cody saying, come on now.
Yeah.
We want to see Joe Canning play, come on.
Yeah, Cody'd love that.
Yeah, and if Brian Cody is saying it shouldn't have been.
I suppose it's a good idea. You have a lot of Irish people in Australia. And it's a nice little holiday for those teams as well.
Yeah, the lads deserve it with all the time that inter-county players are putting in too. So
Yeah.
give them a little perk in here and there. So
Yeah, like those Galway players were running on empty towards the end of the championship. They needed that holiday.
yeah, and they've been thereabouts for years now too. So it's like there's no respite in there any year for an amateur game as well. I have no problems giving the boys a little holiday there to.
Yeah, nice little trip as well.
Yep, and then with the big ball as well too, the perks have to help too with the recruiting going on with the AFL down there too. So
Yeah,
I've got no problem with GAA passing out the perks. At least it's not all like with the FAI just be all going to John Delaney's pockets. So
yeah,
at least the GAA are giving something back to the players.
they are like, I suppose you've every club manager or every county manager and coach is getting paid, so why not give a little holiday to the players every now and again?
Yeah, and I believe the Carlo Cap was saying there that they should be putting that money back into the clubs and into the non-traditional counties, saying that there's only so many competitive hurling counties already. Why are they putting all this money into growing a game in another country? Which is a bit of a fair point, but also sure, I would almost view those things as separate.
Yeah,
like this is the money reserved for stuff like that.
Yeah, this is where you make the money.
Yeah,
like these exhibition games, like the Fenway Classic, and these games here. This is where you get the big money.
Yeah,
you have a lot of wealthy Irish people living in Australia and in the States as well. So like that's where the money comes back from. They pump it back into these counties. So look.
Yeah, and the next time you see a Papa John's logo on a Galway shirt, something like that, there's plenty of American money going back into the GAA. So
yeah. Papa John's. They sponsor the Dallas Mavericks as well, don't they?
Yeah. And Louisville Cardinals as well, where the Irish fella's going for college.
Yeah, that's right. Lad from Dublin.
Yeah.
The absolute beast of a young lad got drafted by Louisville. What's their Louisville?
Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals, yeah. So, yeah. He's meant to be a serious prospect.
Yeah, they were saying he's a 4-star prospect, and Louisville now have the best class in the country. So fair play to them. Then they've been a traditionally big program anyway. So
yeah.
Last bit, the NBA, you mentioned Jimmy Butler got traded finally. 76ers.
Yeah, 76ers took him from Minnesota. They traded a second-round draft pick and Covington and Saric.
Yeah.
So they're decent players, but they're not Jimmy Butler. That's a good move for the 76ers. They'll have lots of weapons now. Embiid, Simmons, JJ Redick.
He's the type of player you have to have on a team.
Yeah. He's nice though. I like nice guy.
He seems like a nice enough guy.
And when he's hot,
he can shoot.
He can. Yeah. Likes the trees.
And Jimmy Butler, he had to get out of Minnesota though. Like decent enough return.
Yeah.
For openly having a player rebelling against you. So not the strongest negotiating position to be in, but Minnesota did all right.
There was rumors about him and Carol Anthony Towns' wife as well. So.
Oh boy.
Maybe that's another reason why he had to go.
Well, Con, we've managed to go 10 minutes longer on this round and talk about less. But I say we wrap it up there. We'll be back on Friday morning, Irish time. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. You can find us on the social medias at Pikey Podcast and hear us on YouTube and SoundCloud. And we'll catch you later.
Nice one.